Hey guys, Tat here. Welcome back and welcome to my channel. Okay, so what we got going on was in the last episode we had finally gotten through what I thought was some kind of a big drill or boring bit, because it was round. It looked like it might have been like a tunnel boring machine or something, but it was actually a door. And we went through that, had to go through a room with wave after wave of these molded enemies, but we got through that, got into this facility here. It kind of looks like a hospital, but it's obviously some kind of underground bioweapon development research type facility, you know, typical umbrella type thing, where underground, like the Hive and all that. But we got into there, went through a couple rooms, didn't see much of anything, had one room with some enemies. We dispatched them, didn't get much out of it. We got up to this one hallway where we saw Lucas on the other side of a pane of glass and stuff, and we had to turn on the power to get through the door. We turned on the power, he saw us, and he took off, and then we went into the room that he was in, and that's the room that we're in right now. That was where it's our save room. So on the last episode we went ahead and ended it there. So it's been about a day or so since I've played. Let's see, Lucas sighted. For once Chris has gotten the drop on Lucas. Lucas flees deeper into the facility, but he couldn't have gone far. The end is near. So I don't know if that means the DLC's getting close to the ending or not. I think we've probably got maybe 3 or so hours, if I had to guess, into the DLC so far. So it may be getting close to the end. Let's see, we've got our shotgun with no extra ammo. We've got a lot of those incendiary grenades. We've only got 3 of the flash grenades. Okay, that's the anti-regen ammo. I'm not quite sure if we still need this key or not. That was the clown key that we had to get through some of the doors down in the mine area. I say we just put it in there. Give us another slot in our inventory. I'm pretty sure we went through this whole area. Okay, that's just a door that goes back. She has opened. Right, okay. Let's see. Was there anything on the... Yeah, okay. I don't remember if we looked at this or not. Sent Thursday, July 20th, 2017 at 10:22 a.m. Things got a little out of hand, but I took care of it. I'm sending the e-data now. It shouldn't take too long. After it goes through, I'm out. I guess that would be supposed to say here, but it got misspelled because that's probably what he saw us when the power came on. So yeah, we also found out that he's working for these other, I can't remember what it's called, something with a C, like competitors or something like that, that's trying to steal this the bioweapon technology that was Evelyn. So what rounds do we have in there? Regular rounds. 11. Okay. Well, I guess we're ready to go out. Go ahead and make a save for us here. Guess we'll get ready to get out there and keep tracking down Lucas, but none of those can be opened now. Okay. Whoa. It doesn't look like I can actually get below that one. No. Oh, maybe I can. I guess it was picking up the movement on the door. shotgun ammo. Good, we were needing some more of that. I was hoping that we were going to get some new weapons. Whoa. What the hell is that thing doing? Why is it making weird sounds like that? Huh. And the music is kind of like fast-paced or whatever, like we're, you know, rushed or something and trying to get there real quick. Cultivation lab? This sounds bad. Like they're going to be cultivating a bunch of these.
How the hell are you still alive? You should be dead.
We got your emails. We know you're funneling info to someone.
That's none of your goddamn business, Chris. A lot of people out there want to know about our little AV. A lot of people.
Your friends, the connections, know about this? They don't strike me as the forgiving type.
That's my business. You let me worry about that. You're about to have your hands.
He's gonna mutate into something, I bet.
I don't believe it.
Believe it. It's over.
No. No way.
Just shut up and accept it, Lucas.
Love that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I figured.
Oh,
Why would you still be on him?
Situation down here.
Infection is at critical mass.
Tell me something I don't know.
Oh, I've got something for you. You're fucking strong.
You're going
can't
to
get off of
receive
him.
caution. Extreme caution.
Oh, well, that's different. Like it haven't been since we got here.
I can hear stuff like, oh shit.
You want over here. First things up. And two.
That fucker can jump on him. Huh. Motherfucker. Oh, am I out? Oh, shit. Damn it.
device.
Get off me, dude.
Oxygen supply station ready for service.
Oh, shit.
Don't forget about your oxygen supply.
I know about my oxygen supply.
Hurry! We need to find more oxygen.
What's this?
Oxygen depleted. Please wait until reserves are refilled.
Did I get any shotgun shells at all? No. Dead? That seems like it'd probably be a lot more to this fight than that. Nice
Game
face.
over.
He looks like one of his clowns. Nice.
Finally.
Chris, the data transfer is almost complete.
How do I stop it?
You need to find a way to shut down the server.
Oh,
There
okay,
may be
come
some
on.
transformer relays you can.
I guess that's one way to do it.
Okay, that worked.
She's
Gonna
all
be some
sarcastic.
pissed computer techs up here, but
From your river. What's the sit rep?
the facility is clear. Even the newer breeds have been neutralized.
Then I'm out of here.
Oh, let me look around that area and get goodies and stuff here.
Perimeter wall is up and operational.
Good. Think we did any good here?
Not for them, unfortunately. But the mold is contained. Hopefully, they're Evie's last victims.
Hopefully.
Chris, there's a call for you. You need to take it back at the camp.
All right. I'm on my way.
So where was this now? That doesn't look like any part of the house we were in. Oh, I guess that's it. So there wasn't much left after. It was a pretty fun DLC. It was a little bit, well, I don't know. I'd have to go back. Let's see, 2 hours and 50 minutes. Mission accomplished trophy. So, yeah, right at 3 hours. I guess that's not too bad for a DLC. We missed 3 coins and 2 files. Man, I didn't block a single attack. Never even got around to using that steroid that I had either. Unlocked difficulty professional. Item Thor's Hammer Sight B. added to the item box and not a hero. What the heck is Thor's hammer? Sounds like some kind of weapon, but it says sight. I don't know. Interesting. Well, it was a fun DLC. It had some areas that were kind of had me more confused than the actual game itself. I think I only got stuck in the game, like not knowing where to go or what to do, like twice. But I think I had more of those than in the DLC itself. But it wasn't too bad. It was mostly on that the first hallway there, behind the red shutter door. After we get the very first clown key, and that big fat guy comes down, not knowing if we're supposed to fight him or get away from him. Nothing seemed to be working. But after getting into, the groove and figuring things out, you have to, get a different mask so you can breathe in the other hall. Then in that other hall you get the night vision so you can see in the last hall and things like that. Overall, I'd probably give it around an 8, probably on the DLC. It was a little bit short. I mean, I had a couple of deaths, but it didn't seem really all that difficult. Unlike the main game, where the main game was more of a, you really got to ration your ammo and do some hiding, like from Daddy, and hiding in the shadows and getting away from things, sneaking, stealthing a little bit here and there. This had more of a feel like the newer Resident Evils, especially almost like Resident Evil 6, where it's more combat based. And in these Resident Evil games that are more combat based like that, it's more of a just stand there and shoot. There's not a whole lot of tactics of using cover and stuff like that, but it's more just a run and gun type thing. Compared to the main game, the DLC was, at least my impression was, it was more of a running and gunning than a strategy and stealth. The main game had more of that. The main game didn't start getting into that until you got to the ship, really, which was at the end. And even then, there was still a little bit of planning that you needed to do or whatever, strategy and stuff, where you can run around, what rooms you can duck into, things like that. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. You can't really say too much. It's free DLC, so I'm hoping that the next DLC that we're going to play through here, which is, I guess, the last one, it's the end of Zoe or something like that. It's going to be the DLC that deals with what happened to Zoe now. I'm hoping that one may be a little bit longer and have a little bit more in depth to it, but this at least gave us some closure with what happened to Lucas, because the main game left you hanging on what happened to Lucas. I mean, the game was going, each section had a family member that you had to get through the section, fight the family member as a boss, and then move on to the next section. It started off with Daddy, and we had to fight him a couple of times in different sections and stuff. But there was the Daddy section, then there was the Mommy section, and then you get to the party section, which was Lucas's section, where he had it like a party and stuff. And you get through the whole thing, and you ended up fighting Daddy again as the boss. So you really never got any closure. And then from there, you made your choice between Mia and Zoe and went to the ship, and the game just continued on. So there was never any closure or anything on what happened with Lucas, because you never had to fight him, you never had heard from him again. So this at least gave closure to that. Continue the story. Now you know what happened to him, what he was up to, what he was trying to sell or work with, and things like that. So at least that was a good thing. We got, like I said, we got the closure to that. The next DLC, obviously, because it's got Zoe in the title, it's going to be, closure on what happens to Zoe. I'm not sure how that's going to play out, because if you saved Mia, then of course Zoe's just left standing on the dock, and that leaves it open to having a DLC dealing with Zoe now. But if you cured Zoe instead of Mia, then Zoe went with you on the little dinghy raft. But when that tentacle thing, whatever it is, capsized your boat, Zoe, it looked like she died. So, and then you played as Mia again anyway. So I don't know if she actually did die, or if it really she didn't die and you're going to have to, you know, deal with Zoe, or if the DLC is going to be actually in the past. I would kind of think it'd be kind of neat if it was in the past and it actually showed like the time of when Evelyn and Mia were found, and Zoe's perspective of how Evelyn was taking over her family, and because Zoe was the only one out of the family that was kind of resisting and working against the family and wanting to get away. Everybody else was getting transformed and was just going along with the program, especially Lucas. I mean, he was like he wanted that. Remember that video? He's like, I don't want to lose this power or whatever and stuff. And Zoe was kind of against it and kind of rebellious, trying to get away, things like that. So I think if the DLC actually shows the time period of when Evelyn and Mia were found, and then the process of getting her family corrupted and stuff like that, and Zoe's family corrupted, and she was watching it from the outside and resisting, I think that'd be a kind of a neat DLC, because like I said, I don't really know how they could do it like this one, where it's an after events of the main game, especially because it seemed like Zoe died. But then if you saved Mia and Zoe doesn't die, she's still infected, so you kind of have to have some kind of closure on that angle too. So maybe the DLC will hit all of that. It'd be pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to the next DLC. This one, again, it was pretty fun. I would have liked a little bit more to it, especially the final fight. It wasn't really all that difficult, but I guess that's okay. It was kind of a nice change to boss fights, I guess. But again, it was a pretty cool DLC. I'll probably end up definitely playing it again just to see what these goodies are that you got in your box at least. But looking forward to the last DLC. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry this episode was so short. Again, I didn't know how much was left until the end of the DLC. So again, hope you enjoyed. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episodes. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe, follow me on Gab or my other social media, and I will return the favor. The links are all down below in the description. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in future episodes.